sure we'll hear a lot of great stories here. It's great to have everybody. Love you all. Thanks for coming.
Mr. Hill, who had every freshman boy, and he looked at us after prayer and he said, men, you have an opportunity here today, and if you hold it, if you grab onto it, 4 years from now, you can call yourself a Notre Dame man. Some of you will make it, and some of you won't. Let's begin.
Great to be back, really. It's like I never left.
The band. I mean, that's my major memory here. Marching the band, marching the parades.
Met more people here, changed the course of my life forever.
But I made a lot of lifelong friends, and I'm really happy to be here.
As everyone was saying last night, they're like, oh, Chris, you know, cheerleading was great. You were with all the girls. You get to know all the girls. They wanted really nothing to do with us. That was the real truth of the fact of the matter.
One day I had detention. Mr. Brown came around the corner. He was opening up the detention door, and he saw me, and his jaw dropped, and he said, no, not you.
How about that memory? Look at that hairdo.
I do know that it's probably it was the best time, or one of the most memorable times in my life. I've got a lot of friends today that I had then. They're still my friends.
Football games. Defense. What makes the grass grow?
I think my greatest memory was just graduation when I was given the West Point acceptance and standing up there. And I still remember that.
Craig Fleischner and the GTOs, mechanical drawing after the fire, senior year, football, baseball, good parties.
It was the food fight in the cafeteria because somebody put the dissected frog legs in your sandwich.
I guess it was Mr. Sutherland's class right after lunch, all the crazy shenanigans I would pull.
I'm really proud to be one of the people in Notre Dame, and thank you, Notre Dame, and thank you, your friends. Thank you.
I just want to say that it was the greatest teaching experience of my life to be at Notre Dame, and I mean that sincerely. And I won't start with names because there's so many to remember that I might leave somebody out, but thank you for having me. Maybe 10 years from now we'll do this again, maybe 5 years, but thank you.
You, me, and Kurt Blau going to the cafeteria and getting milk and ding-dongs. Now, how's that for an educational moment?
But had a great time. It's wonderful to see everybody here, and it's amazing to see 30 years go by this quickly. Thank you.
I'm looking at all these faces, and boy, it's like, wow, everyone is here. And yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Great guys, really great guys, memorable guys, including the guy holding the camera.
War stories in English class from Steve Bailey.
Our senior prom, Beverly Hills Hotel, and Mr. Obato, Carl Obato was there. And I was dancing away, and Mr. Obato says, hey, Spelta, hold on. He says, this isn't physics class.
Just the whole experience here was a great memory, and you know, it kind of shaped all of us on going on in life. I think it's been a great time.
I was amazed how many of them remember me. And one guy last night quoted me things I said in a sermon 35 years ago.
You guys were all great. The whole entire class was fabulous, and I enjoyed the entire 4 years with them.
They were always trying to keep us on our toes, and we were always testing out the faculty.
And I'm happy to be back and see everybody, and cheers.
Just some of the friends that I've had here, I still know after all these years, and it's awesome.
I remember the food fight in the cafeteria. That was out there.
My memory is just graduating.
Okay.
Swimming, skiing, Kurt Blau, Ted Mackel.
That I'd gone to Notre Dame dances, and I said I also attend Crespi dances too, which are certainly not the greatest. I've lived right across the street from Notre Dame High School on Woodman Avenue for 8 years, and never went to a football game. Till last night. Last night I went to a football game. It was great.
Number one, I'm delighted that I was invited, and it's good to see all old young faces.
Senior year when I lit the M80 off underneath the grandstands at a football game. And then 5 days later, our Dean of Men, Mr. Richard Stocks, called me into his office and had me dead to rights.
You know, I was talking about Bailey last night. He always made me laugh.
I think Bailey. He was pretty good.
Professor Obato in physics. He was fantastic. Yeah.
Joe Riley, history in junior year. My study skills are so weak, and he taught me how to study properly and made studying and passing classes easier.
Dr. Kleins, Probably my best teacher of all academic levels. Still a great influence today.
Probably Klein's. Yeah. That's before the favorite teachers, I guess, Mr. Hill. The history was really great. And then Dr. Klein, of course.
Dr. Klein's long-lasting memories, yes.
Doc Klein. Learned the most from him.
Mr. Sutherland, I gotta say. We hung out a little bit afterwards. So I actually bought his car like 4 years after graduation.
All of them. I loved them all.
Dr. Stocks actually was the one who convinced me to go into medicine because I took the biology class in his class. And Dr. Klein's, as you know,
Mr. Caesar, Mr. Bailey.
Carl Lobato, algebra. Yeah, he could give it to you. You actually learned there.
Was Mr. LaFay, because I'm pretty sure no one else will say his name. No, my favorite teacher was Big John Combs.
You're not going to catch me. They're all my favorite teachers.
Coach Skis, Coach John Skis.
Mr. Caesar was always a classic, in the English class. So.
Carl Kleins, Dr. Carl Kleins, who's supposed to be here tonight. I hope he's here. Doc, you got to come.
Oh, of course, Dr. Carl Kleins. I'm looking forward to seeing him tonight.
Does this work out well, huh? Mr. Hill, there we go.
I wish Mr. Miller was here. That senior year, we had Ronald Reagan get elected. We had the first space shuttle launch, and a lot of interesting things going on being senior year of high school.
Dr. Klein. Dr. Klein. So, yeah, he was a pretty amazing man.
Senior religion with Doc Klein's had opening worlds that you hadn't even experienced before.
I remember them all very well. It's as if it were yesterday. They're all now all of a sudden these mature, functioning adults, and that I was damn lucky to have a small part.
Love Joe Riley. He really turned my head around.
I want to say Mr. Klein. I can't remember his name, but he was a psychology teacher.
A lot of credit to Mr. Riley, Mr. Bailey, Mr. Fuentes, and Dr. Klein's.
Bailey. That's who I said. Get out of here, really? That's it.
Dr. Klein, Mr. Caesar.
This is awesome. Class of '81 is kick some ass and set a new standard for reunions at Notre Dame. And we're fortunate the Corvallis alumni have joined us and are ready to make it a tradition going forward.